A gifted curse. The priceless pen. In the heart of Paris, where the city's pulse echoed through its cobblestone streets, there resided a figure whose name was whispered with reverence in literary circles. Agatha Rousseau. A woman of timeless grace and intellect, Agatha's presence cast a luminous glow over the world of literature, her words weaving tales of mystery and intrigue that captivated readers far and wide. Agatha's home, a grandiose mansion nestled amidst the bustling city, served as a sanctuary for the written word, a haven where aspiring writers sought solace and guidance in her boundless wisdom. Within its hallowed halls, shelves groaned beneath the weight of centuries-old tomes, their spines cracked with the weight of knowledge passed down through generations. It was here, in the heart of Agatha's domain, that Francisco found himself drawn into her orbit, a young, aspiring novelist with a hunger for knowledge and a talent for storytelling that belied his years. From the moment they met, there was an undeniable spark between them, a meeting of kindred spirits bound by their shared love of literature and a desire to unlock the mysteries of the written word. Under Agatha's tutelage, Francisco flourished, his words blossoming into tales of intrigue and suspense that left readers breathless with anticipation. But their relationship went beyond mere mentorship. It was a bond forged in the fires of creativity, a partnership built on mutual respect and admiration. As Francisco delved deeper into the world of writing, Agatha became not just his teacher, but his confidant and friend. They spent hours together in her study, poring over manuscripts and discussing the intricacies of plot and character, their voices mingling in a symphony of ideas and inspiration. In Paris, where the gentle breeze carried whispers of old tales, a special day dawned. A day that would forever alter the course of Francisco's destiny. It was a day steeped in significance, a celebration of milestones both past and present, and at its center stood two figures whose bond transcended time and space. Agatha Rousseau, a luminary in the literary world, stood poised in her elegant study, a small, velvet-lined box cradled gently in her hands. Beside her, Francisco, her most promising student, watched with eager anticipation, his eyes alight with curiosity and wonder.
"Happy birthday, Francisco,"
Agatha said softly, her voice tinged with warmth and affection. With a graceful flourish, she opened the box, revealing a gleaming pen nestled within, its slender form shimmering in the soft light. Francisco gasped in awe, his heart pounding with excitement as he reached out to take the pen in his hands. Its weight was familiar yet foreign, its presence imbued with a sense of mystery that sent shivers down his spine.
"It's beautiful,"
he murmured, his voice barely more than a whisper as he examined the pen's intricate design.
"But what is it?"
Agatha smiled knowingly, her eyes twinkling with mischief as she explained the pen's significance.
"This, my dear Francisco, is no ordinary pen. It is a vessel of creativity, a conduit for the power of imagination. With it, you will unlock worlds beyond your wildest dreams."
Agatha, a luminous figure in the literary world, had long been the guardian of the pen. For years, she wielded its power with caution, oblivious to the power that lurked beneath its elegant facade. But as time wore on and her grip on reality began to falter, Agatha knew that the time had come to pass the pen on to another. Enter Francisco, a rising star in the world of crime fiction, whose words possessed a rare clarity and depth. As Agatha's protege, he seemed the perfect candidate to inherit the pen's legacy. Little did he know, however, of the perilous journey that lay ahead. At first, Francisco reveled in the pen's ability to bring his stories to life. Characters sprang from the page, their voices echoing in the recesses of his mind. But with each stroke of the pen, a power began to seep into his soul, a darkness born from the depths of his own desires. It was subtle at first, a whisper in the wind, a flicker in the corner of his eye. But soon, Francisco found himself consumed by visions of power and glory, his once noble intentions twisted by the pen's insidious influence. As Francisco delved deeper into the pen's capabilities, he began to notice a pattern of violence and destruction that mirrored the darkest corners of his imagination. Every word he wrote seemed to manifest in reality, wreaking havoc on those around him. A quest for justice in the labyrinthine streets of Paris, where the whispers of history mingled with the shadows. Francisco's discovery of the pen's true character sent shockwaves through his soul. Unable to shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at him, he sought out Agatha, his mentor and the pen's former custodian, hoping for answers to the questions that haunted him. Agatha's study was a sanctuary of knowledge, lined with books that whispered tales of ages long past. As Francisco entered, he could sense the weight of her gaze upon him, a silent acknowledgement of the darkness that had taken root within him.
Agatha,
Francisco began, his voice trembling with uncertainty.
I need to know the truth about the pen. Its history, its origins, everything.
Agatha regarded him with a mixture of sorrow and resignation, her eyes betraying a lifetime of secrets and regrets. With a heavy sigh, she beckoned Francisco closer, her voice barely more than a whisper as she began to recount the pen's dark legacy.
It was forged centuries ago by a bitter artisan, consumed by the flames of revenge.
Agatha explained, her words laden with a weight that seemed to press down upon them.
Its ink was infused with the essence of his wrath, a curse that would seek vengeance against all who dared to wield it.
But as Francisco determined to uncover the truth behind the pen's curse, unraveled the pen's dark history, he unwittingly drew the attention of its true master. For the pen was not a mere instrument of chaos, but a sentient being with a will of its own. A will bent on revenge against those who dared to defy it. And so, as Francisco continued to write, the pen began to reveal its true character, twisting his every thought and desire to suit its own malevolent ends. It fed on his fear and uncertainty, growing stronger with each passing day, until at last, it was ready to claim him as its own. In a moment of clarity, Francisco realized the true extent of the pen's power, and the danger it posed to himself and those he loved. With trembling hands, he made a decision that would change the course of his destiny forever. Summoning all his courage, Francisco confronted the pen in a final showdown of wills, his words a weapon against its darkness. With a defiant flourish, he cast it into the flames, watching as the flames consumed it, banishing it to the depths of oblivion once and for all. As the embers faded into the night, Francisco felt a weight lift from his shoulders, the darkness receding like a distant memory. And though the pen's legacy would linger on in the annals of history, its hold on Paris had been broken, leaving behind a city forever changed by the power of one man's courage. As Francisco delved deeper into the mystery surrounding the pen, He knew that the only way to break its curse once and for all was to confront it head-on. With a determination born of desperation, he resolved to expose the pen's true nature to the world, no matter the cost. In the dimly lit confines of his study, Francisco set to work, his pen flying across the pages with a frenetic energy born of urgency. Every detail, every nuance of the pen's dark history spilled forth from his mind onto the paper, as if guided by an unseen hand. He chronicled the pen's origins, the bitter artisan consumed by rage and betrayal, the curse he wrought upon it in a fit of vengeance. He delved into the depths of its malevolence, tracing its path through the annals of history, leaving a trail of chaos and destruction in its wake. But Francisco did not stop there. With each stroke of his pen, he unveiled the secrets of those who had fallen under the pen's sway. Their desires, their fears, their darkest secrets laid bare for all to see. He spared no detail, no shred of dignity, as he exposed the truth behind the pen's reign of terror. And then, as the final chapter of his tale unfolded, Francisco turned his attention to the pen itself, the sentient spirit that lay trapped within its ink. With a trembling hand, he described its torment, its hunger for vengeance, its twisted sense of justice that had driven it to madness. But even as he laid bare the pen's darkest secrets, Francisco knew that his task was far from over. For the pen's curse still lingered, its influence reaching out like a shadowy specter, threatening to consume all who dared to defy it. And so, armed with the knowledge he had uncovered, Francisco embarked on a final quest, a journey into the heart of darkness, where the pen's true power lay hidden. With every word he wrote, he chipped away at the walls that bound it, weakening its hold on the world with each passing moment. As Francisco's pen danced across the pages, it summoned forth the intricate details of the spirit trapped within the evil pen. He described it as a shadowy figure, cloaked in darkness and shrouded in whispers of ancient despair. Its eyes burned with a fierce intensity, its gaze piercing through the veil of reality to lay bare the souls of those it sought to ensnare. The spirit, Francisco wrote, was born from the ashes of betrayal, a once mortal artisan consumed by the flames of vengeance. Bound to the pen through a twisted ritual of his own making, he had imbued it with his essence, an evil force fueled by centuries of bitterness and resentment. But the spirit was not alone in its quest for retribution. Francisco chronicled the lives of those who had fallen under its sway, their desires twisted by the pen's influence into instruments of destruction. Thanks for watching.